Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little chickens. How are you on this fine Monday evening? Well, I hope you had a wonderful yesterday. I hope you had a good return day back to work.
Yes.
And I hope that everything for you this week will be copacetic, and I hope that everything go in your favor. I really do. So with that being said, Baby Crone, let's get into it. You know what we're going to talk about?
Yes. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 5, and we're on season 15.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off, interestingly enough, Candy and Marlo, even though they are the same age of 47, they do not look...
Age who?
Marlo and Candy. Because we was talking about their looks earlier and how Marlo...
I just feel like a lot of those women, either they come off real thick.
That too.
And Marlo looked like she done picked up a lot of weight, and her dress was too tight. She just looked like she done picked up a lot of weight. Candy, I mean, they get their tummy tucks and all that, but they kind of thick.
Yeah.
I think Sheree is built nicely.
Sheree
and so is Kenya.
Mm-hmm. Kenya, definitely.
And what is the other one?
The new one?
No. Yeah, some of them are just really getting to be just a little overweight. That's my opinion. Because I know that the TV, they say put 5 or 10 pounds on you, so.
Well, to start off this episode, it was a continuation off of Marlo acting a mess and a fool in the hallway, kicking on Kenya's door. Apartment.
But Sheree kicked lightly too,
and
they all came up there like a pack of wolves,
and didn't even stop her.
So all of them were a part of it. Marlo kicked the door. Sheree tapped it with her foot and hid. So. That was uncalled for. This is a bunch of grown women. If you didn't like what was going on, go home.
Mm-hmm.
You all could afford a bus ticket.
Yes, they could have.
You all could afford to get on a plane or a train or rent an automobile. And y'all could have left. You all didn't have to stay. You stayed there and you complained. And I'm not even taking up for Kenya. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if I'm at a place and it's not what I want and I'm not satisfied, why am I going to stay?
Exactly.
I get it.
Sonya,
you know why they stay.
Why they stay.
Camera time.
Oh, yes, that's most definitely true. But Sonya
But that's what happens when you're driven by $1. Because for me, if I don't want to be there, money or no money, I'm out.
Yes, because Sonya said, fine, you want everyone that's not in your core group to leave, then I'll leave.
I don't think she said that. I think she said everybody in the core group, if they want to leave, I think she said they can leave. Mm-hmm. Because I guess she's saying she was done.
Yes, because a heads up, we found out that Kenya had gotten sick, and it was...
Well, she was already showing signs of sickness.
Yes, but we found out it was the flu. She had to call in the ambulance at 9 o'clock in the morning, and Sheree overheard because she was her next door neighbor.
And adding to that, she never did the show.
Yes, poor Kenya. And it was supposed to be a good product placement because she said they was going to give away.
And not only that, she wanted to surprise the girls with what she had planned.
Mm-hmm.
But
then her friend Manetta gave a little performance because...
Manetta, I don't like friends like that. I'm telling you, with friends like that who need enemies, I'm telling you, she's a snake. What do you mean? You smile in my face? You cry when you hear something bad about me, but you cease to pounce every time they get together and they get a little cliquish.
Yes.
The one thing these your girls don't understand is Sheree is an old pro at this. Mm-hmm. She'll be standing when all y'all gone.
That is very true.
She knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what I see that she's trying to be a leader of a clique. It don't look nice. It don't look nice on you. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like Marlo, Sheree, and that other girl that got into it with Candy.
Oh, yes, Courtney.
And it just seemed like Kenya friend on the bird.
Manetta.
All you need is 3. All you need is 3. And you got a handful of troubles.
Yes, that is very true. They really do. Stuff is brewing up in here.
I could just see them trying to make an alliance.
Leave it to some of the newcomers try to make alliances.
Bad move. And then they zeroing in on Candy. No, leave Candy alone.
Yes, why Candy?
She's a brick now. What? She's a part of the brick of it. Leave her alone. You know. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yes.
I just guess when I think of Marlo, she just, I don't know. Maybe she's upset because she's overweight.
Who knows who could be? I mean, she did talk to her life coach afterwards about the fighting situation. Her life coach helped her see a different way, that she needs to find a way to express her anger.
She's 47 years old. I know age doesn't have anything to do with this. You mean to tell me you've had a life coach and you still can't resist the temptation of banging on somebody's door with your feet? You can't resist arguing and having to have the last say? To me, when you get older, you don't need all that. It's not necessary.
Okay.
It's good to say, toodaloo, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, they say sometimes you're never too old to change, but sometimes people just want to be like stuck in their ways. And maybe she's stuck in her ways.
It's just so hoodish. It's just hoodish. I felt like that was so tacky.
It honestly
Kicking
was.
the door like that.
With Brooklyn in the room on top of that, with no respect.
No respect.
And then, sadly, the next morning, Kenya had to call for an ambulance. I wonder how Marlo felt then hearing that.
Well,
news.
Marlo on surface probably felt bad because she did start praying. However, I wouldn't want you praying for me when 1 minute you love me.
Exactly.
Keep your prayer. That prayer ain't heard nowhere. You mean to me. I don't get it. They say pray for your enemies, but pray what for your enemies?
That is a very good one.
You know.
That's Kara who prays over you. Moving on, Drew, quickly, she wasn't in the episode very much because she had went to go visit the doctors to get her flu checked out. And apparently she had to sit in a bath and try to detox herself.
She sat where?
In a bath.
Oh, okay.
She had to take
She didn't have to take a detox. That's just a figure of speech. She was just soaking, chilling. She said her husband made a bath for her, and that's all. It wasn't. How you going to detox in the bathtub? I guess anything is possible. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe detoxing and relaxing and taking all the cares off your shoulder. Maybe that's what she meant.
Yes, and speaking of which, Drew and Sheree seem to have a little beef that goes on. I'm not really sure much about that because I have yet to see it this episode, but it's been brewing the past couple of seasons.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't seem to get anywhere so far. So.
And I don't like it when I see Sheree, you dog Kenya behind her back, but when you go to her face, you like
yes,
a booty kisser. I don't.
That is true. Sheree tries to play both sides.
But she's always been that way, and she always been a bone collector. But I know that about her. What I'm saying, I feel sorry for the other people that don't know. That's her role, is to create havoc over something.
Right.
And always fighting to stay on the show. I mean, that's her role. Like, you know what I mean? Always going against the program. That's her, Sheree. So those ladies that don't know her.
That is true.
You're getting caught up in something you don't understand.
That is very true.
Because you see how Sheree is being with Kenya, being with the girls. Is she close with Candy?
I'm not sure if she's
I'm not
close
sure.
with
Candy hasn't been on that much.
No, Candy is her own show.
Yeah, and Candy works a lot. So
yes,
yeah.
Because that is who we have to talk about a little bit in detail.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's go.
Because first off, let's start off with how Candy and Todd were talking, and Todd was sharing his new movie idea that he wanted called The Pass. And during his presentation, Candy had to answer a text message.
No, she didn't have to.
No, she didn't have to. She chose to answer a text message while her husband was sharing an idea with him. And it caused drama because he was like, your work is always interfering when... And
but I've been thinking about that, and what I think about Candy is this. The camera shows you on the negative.
It really does.
I mean, I've been watching this for a while now. Mm-hmm. Even in previous episodes. Oh. The camera doesn't show him.
That is true.
You're the one who looks like you're not making time for him. Mm-hmm. So when he comes around and you do it, you really look like you neglect your husband in more ways than one.
Yes, that is true.
Now, that may not be, because that's what you're saying. You're always saying, it's not like that, you know, he's this. He could be all those things and above and below. But at the end of the day, the camera only picking up your behavior.
Yeah, she always seems to have an excuse for it, too.
Right. And whenever somebody bring it up or something, you don't deal with it. You find a reason to find a rebuttal. You know, but the cracks in your marriage are definitely showing.
Yes, fulsome cards, Lady Crone.
I really want to see something. We got a lot to read.
Nope, it's mostly about Candy and her marriage.
And Candy and her marriage, Candy and her mom is going to go to therapy.
Yes, because she talked to Mama Joyce.
I'm going to do a reading on them too. But I'm going to do a reading on them one day. But right now, you know, I just really want to find... Let me shuffle these up one more time here. Let me just do a quick read.
It really wasn't much this episode, but...
It really wasn't.
It was focused on certain people, and they had important stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I wonder what next week's episode is going to be about, or who's it going to be about.
Right now, what I see in this marriage, I see cups. So I see a cup of the Knight of Cups. So I definitely see that it is emotional. There's a lot of emotion. I definitely see there's a lot of accolades going on. A lot of accolades. But I also see that it's a lot of people in their marriage. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people. And what I see is the queen, she don't have time. She doesn't have time for home. You see, her back, she's riding on her accolades. She's getting all this accolades. And yet, her cup is way behind her. So let's see what that means. Yeah, see, a cup again. So that goes to show you she's like a ghost in a relationship. She's not around as often. And she's just not around. And I know she loves him. And I know he loves her. But somehow... Candy has gotten into this place where it's about that dollar.
Yes.
She done said it so much that that's what she became, working for that almighty dollar.
Yes.
And the cards are saying that she's a shadow of a person. She's not there. It's a lot of emotion. She knows that there's drama. She knows that she's trying to fix it. She's in, she's out, she's traveling, she's gone. Like, see, you see these swords. So, and because she's gone a lot, that caused a lot of friction in her relationship. And even Todd busy too.
Yeah.
But
not as much as Candy.
Not as much as Candy. Right.
He's getting kind of a little upset that his schedule is more flexible than Candy's.
And this last read I want to take, I'm just doing a quick read. And what I see again, I see lovers. And I think right now their marriage is at a crossroad where they're going to have to make a decision about what they're going to do. Because it's starting to come to a head. Mm-hmm. So when the lovers show up, it lets me know that it's not bondage, although it feels like bondage, but it isn't. Really what it is, it's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to sit down and make a decision. And I think this is where their marriage is.
Yes.
And I think that she's starting it off with, I got to do something with my mother. Because the mother is definitely coming into it. But nevertheless, I definitely see the lovers. I definitely see that you all are gone a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why you fight. And I think you have became sort of, not all the way, but you like a shadow in your relationship because you've gone a lot, Candy. And I know that you work. I know. But the cards are showing this. So, Again, whatever y'all gonna have to make some decisions about spending more time together as a family and as a married couple. That's my read. What we got?
Yes, because Candy discussed and talked to her mom about
Right.
Todd and what she said at BravoCon. And her mom said that she was only speaking the truth, or as I like to see it, only speaking her truth.
The mom is rude and enough already. It was funny, but it isn't funny. When we didn't trust Todd and we didn't know Todd and we was looking out for our girl Candy. But like Candy said, they've been married for 10 years.
Yes,
Get over it. 8 years. Get over it. Get over it.
Yes.
You should want your daughter happy. She's prosperous. She's growing. He ain't take her down to no gutter. So.
Yes, and what really hurt me to see that Mama Joyce doesn't see anything wrong with what she says is, her words exactly, he needs to lighten up.
Because when he comes over, she goes in the room and go to sleep. He don't want nothing to deal with her. Well, how else will she expect him to be?
Yeah, I mean,
how else?
That is true, but just to lighten up because you're always dogging on him.
Right, and he doesn't want to hear it, and he doesn't want to deal with it.
So
he don't want to give enough. So maybe, well, they're going to go to counseling because we got to figure out where this anger and resentment is coming from Todd. However, I love the way that Candy handled that, because if it was me, I'd probably be like, Mom, get over it.
Yes,
I'm not going to come around, but I love the way that she handled it, and I would handle it like that because I know a better way. You know me, it's like, cut off until you stop this. This is ridiculous. But going to counseling and dealing with it is a good way. I want to know what the counseling session is going to be like. Though.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to do a reading when they go into counseling, and hopefully they'll show it.
Yes, hopefully.
Anything else?
No. That was mostly it for the episode.
That's it.
Yep, because we started with we started with Kenya, slowly transitioned from Kenya to Marlo, still talking about Kenya a little bit. And then from there, we got into a little bit of Cherie, and then from Cherie, we got into
Is it Cherie or Sheree?
Sheree.
Okay.
Yes, she by Sheree.
Okay.
So, yes, because Sheree had went to go talk to Kenny a little bit, to go talk to her, and we talked about how it can be a little bit two-faced. And then from there, we had the big confrontation at the end of the episode where Candy got to talk to Mama Joyce. And we'll see what goes from there. Hopefully they will resolve.
Well, she did agree to go to counseling.
Yes, she
we'll
did.
See how that works. That's a good thing. She did agree to that, so that's a good thing. What else can we say about all of this? I just want them I love seeing Todd and Candy married. You know, I just feel as though they're headed for trouble because they've gone away from each other a lot.
And time in a relationship.
And that's not good. And you see him crying out about it, and she becomes more and more busy, you know. Yeah. And I don't know. I guess that's the beast. That's it. You sell your soul, and it will work you until you can't work no more. You gotta know when to say no, but you gotta understand. Candy wants to be an actor.
Yes, she does.
So if anybody offer her a movie role, she's taking it.
Do you think she's trying to become an EGOT?
I think that she could become an EGOT winner, and if she would become one, I would be so happy and proud of her. Yes. But I mean, Candy been in the game a long time, ever since she was a young girl. So, in school.
Yes.
So, anything else going on there that we need to know?
Nope, that was everything we had
to talk
about.
I wanted to say one other thing. Drew called and spoke to someone.
Yes, she did speak to somebody.
She spoke to one of the girls in the group.
Right, I can't.
Remember, I was wondering what that phone call was.
Oh.
You don't remember? Because she told her about Kenya.
Yes.
Was it Sheree call?
Yes, she was on the phone with Sheree. And that's when we had found out that Drew was taking a bath. But I'm not really sure what the conversation she had with Sheree was about, because it was a very short blip. They didn't give us much of the conversation.
But I think she did tell her about Kenya and all that.
Yes, I guess just to fill her in since she wasn't in, and of course to give her some screen time. Gotta make that money.
Right. So with all that being said, nothing much going on, not yet. But like I said, I still think something ain't right with Marlo.
Yeah, those are the two people we're gonna
something ain't right.
suggest
let me
reading.
Let me see.
Yes.
Something ain't right. I'm just gonna lay 3 cards, and I'm gonna just do a quick overview. Something ain't right. She just seemed too bitter. She too angry. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Marlo. The Hermit. Oh. Well, clearly she has control of her situation. But I do see her in thought and thinking a lot. I think Marlo's at some kind of crossroad in her life. I don't know what that crossroad is, but I know that there is something about her that she needs, and it's discontentment. I don't see that Marlo, she's at a crossroad. You understand? She's seeking something. I don't quite know what it is, but all at the same time, it's like she's looking out for other ventures, other businesses, other whatever. But I definitely see her because she's an older woman, and I see her now seeking, and maybe she's seeking love. Maybe, I don't know, but I definitely see Marlo got a lot of internal things, not with anyone else, but I'm getting this is with herself. And I'm wondering, is it loneliness?
Yeah.
That's my read.
That's where maybe
just quick reads on her.
Yes, maybe where she should get a therapist, and maybe not so much a life coach.
And maybe when she talked to the life coach, she talked to the life coach about these things.
Yeah, sure.
But
of course we only get small snippets, but she did seem like she did have a enlightened moment that she really needs to get her anger.
Yeah, but I don't know if Marlo. Well, the camper isn't going to show that, but I think that Marlo got a lot of deep internal issues going on that she needs to seek and find that what is out of place with her. You know, she's at a crossroad, and I truly believe that Marlo could be lonely. You know, although she's not unhappy. I don't see her as unhappy, and I don't see her like she's out of control in her environment, in her home and stuff. But what I see is something inside of her that's lacking and missing. And I find that she's becoming more and more short until whatever that is. That's what I see. This is just quick reads I'm doing. All right. Did you like it? Did you have a question?
No, I did not. That was a very good read.
Excuse me. I was wondering what was that poking, and you ain't saying nothing. I was looking for my lipstick, and I did it like this, so I won't forget it. And I was looking all over. You ain't even tell me. And then I just felt something jabbing me. But anyway, that's what I see. And like I said, I see that. I definitely see that she's at the end of a cycle. She's at the end of something. She's really ready to start over. It's something lacking in Marlo's life, and it could just be a man, not man. I'm sure she had dates and all, but someone that she can bring on the show, and someone that is good, and maybe, I don't know, I haven't did a deep depth on her, but I definitely see that there is something that Marlo needs, and something is not complete in Marlo. Thus saith the cards.
Yes, thus saith the cards. That was very good. I don't think I have really any questions to ask about any of the other cast members.
No, I don't think so either.
However, we are 5 episodes in, and to rate this episode in comparison to the others, not as drama filled.
No, it wasn't drama filled. You know, like when you look at the
But
soap.
it had my favorite characters in here mostly, which is Kenya and Candy, because I'm most familiar with
Candy wasn't really in it.
True, it just must have felt like it because I just lit up when Candy came on the screen because I'm familiar with her, so I get to see her life story.
And you're familiar with Kenya?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Kenya. This episode definitely was a lot more on Kenya still because it was a continuation of how she did not get to perform at the Magic City
and all that work. All that work.
And couldn't even show off her products like she wanted to.
Well, nevertheless, this is all we have. I don't have anything else to say about it, do you?
No.
Well, that's it. That's our recap. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Well, I tried to fill it in with fillers because sometimes, like soaps, sometimes they are a little boring. And I really wouldn't say it's boring. Just nothing is happening.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes came at us with a pow.
Right, and it's always quiet before the storm, right?
That is true.
So, it's something getting ready to brew and come up when the whole gang get back together. So,
yes.
well, we are there, and we're going to keep you posted. So, thank you for joining us this evening as we recap the
Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 episode 5. It comes on at Sundays at 8 p.m. on Bravo.
Thank you for joining us, our little prawns, my little prawns, munchkins, chickens, and sunflower seeds.
Yes.
We love you, and please tell us what you think. Send your messages, subscribe, thumb us up. We really need it. We really appreciate you. And with that, be blessed. Sunflowers.